All right, we find ourselves here at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for round 13, lucky round 13 of the BRL Season 4 Tier 1 League. John, I don't know about you, but these guys are really in for it now. Now that New Zealand Ryan, after the last 2 weekends, has really opened up his points lead over second place VSR Dralik. It is now a 53-point gap after 2 dominating performances. We got to see how these guys can manage it here tonight. I'm Daniel Stevens alongside Jonathan Webster, and this should be a fun one, folks. This is not round 13 for nothing.
Yeah, hello to all the viewers out there. It's good to be back again. Round 13, as Dan was saying, very exciting race about to be shown here tonight. Spa, it's a very dangerous, a lot of overtaking opportunities. Just a very, very good track. The racing is always brilliant here. So, yeah, New Zealand Ryan really been putting on a show these last couple of races, extending that points lead, like you said, Danny, and hopefully he can be corralled here tonight by one of these guys who are in second, third, or fourth of the points. But yeah, can't wait for tonight's race.
Yeah, well, as you can see, oh, there we go, Sparky a bit wide there on his lap. Sparky, actually, now we'll look at him right here. This is apparently not his favorite racetrack. He has run very well in recent races. Some drivers that you should look at here tonight, expecting to do well. One, for instance, is BRL Alderford Jr. This is a track that he's very comfortable with, has been running very well here recently in prior leagues. As well as Deer Hunter, the 2 Red Bulls, they should be able to shake it up here tonight. Especially with the strategy, a lot of these guys done starting on the tire at where you can do to soft to mediums. You can run changeably. It just matters on which guys try to shake up the strategy like that. Don't expect to see that white wall hard tonight here, though.
Yeah, for sure, Danny. I mean, this hard tire is terrible here compared to other tracks. Most drivers, you know, they like to start on these hards and then see what they can do and go out in the softs. But the hards here are just horrible. So it's going to be very interesting to see what these drivers do, because some might risk it. And BRL Sparky's going real slow down that front straightaway.
Yeah, I believe that might be him waiting for his teammate to give some slipstream, because as you noticed that, the Williams of ERS Ham Newton is giving Chandler Seda some slipstream down the Kemmel Straight right here. This is a track where Chandler is very strong. This is probably his best track of them all, and him getting DRS and slipstream there on his teammate is not going to help out the opposition one bit. Speaking of Chandler as well, he has fallen down to 69 points behind New Zealand Ryan over the last 2 races. Nightmare for him, as he was only 20 away, I believe, a couple weeks ago. So he's going to have to get his season back under control right here, especially here tonight at a track where he knows he can get it done. So let's see what he can do here tonight. As for the rest of the championship push, VSR Dralik has been on fire recently. He's missed a lot more races than some of these other guys. Second in points, 53 back on Ryan. So if he can have another strong showing, he can move himself even closer to Holden's top. That is line here and set a lap time. Connect on us. Maybe we're having. Do we still have John here? Hello? Might have lost the co-commentator momentarily, but yes, there it is. Chandler Seda, first one to set a lap time, 142.6. Very solid lap time to start out here. Did a 142.4 earlier on his first lap, though, in a test race earlier in the day, so maybe not what he wanted, but let's see what he could do from there. BRL Sparky coming in the pits. Boss Cookie across the line. His teammate, 142.6. Wow! Identical lap times between Chandler Seda and Boss Cookie there, John. Yeah. I don't know how he managed that, as B-Dog now goes to third at a 143.2. Identical lap times. You don't see that very often here.
No, you really don't. Sorry about that. I was having some audio issues there. But, yeah, what a great lap out of those two. I mean, Boss Cookie really got a massive tow by his teammate BRL Sparky and the other McLaren. This track down that straightaway, it is so vital to have a slipstream, because
Dralik's up to third.
You can gain so much time on your opponents through that long straightaway. The slipstream really does work here. So good on BRL Sparky for helping his teammate out. But yeah, identical lap times, first and second. And Alan Hugo goes third with a 142.8. Very good time out of him. He's been starting at the back lately.
We see the Renaults now slipstreaming it up down the Kemmel Straight. Jared giving Ryan the tow right here. Yes, there he is, going straight off the track is Jared, letting Ryan go. Jared is someone we need to talk about as well. He was second in the points, really contending with his teammate, but that has really seemed to fall away here in the last couple races. Similarly to Chandler Seda, he has just not had the weekends that he needs to really contend week in, week out. So we got to hope for Jared to have a good race here tonight. It looks like he's running the wrong account here, so maybe that'll actually be some good luck here, because things recently haven't worked quite well.
Yeah, I mean, BRL Jared, actually it's DRC Jared, like you just said.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's got the wrong account.
I didn't even notice that tonight, Danny. Very good out of you. But yeah, no, I mean, he's been really not performing to his standards lately. I mean, last week he started deep in the field and did not have a good race at all. And then the week prior, he started dead last. I mean, he made his way up to 6th, but you know, he's been really losing out on some points from his teammate who's won the last 2 weeks. But New Zealand Ryan really looks on it again here tonight. Very solid lap out of him.
Oh,
actually
he bails.
goes in the pits. That's surprising.
Yeah, probably an invalidation there for Ryan. Good chance, because it is very easy to get a non-validation here on this racetrack, especially in the Puan corner, where you turn in very rapidly, high speed. It's very easy to run wide and touch that curbing on the right side, and Codemasters is not very forgiving when it comes to a warning in that turn.
Yeah, it never is. Last night I raced in the BRL F2 series that they have here in BRL, and great race, but there were some penalties given out. But that was really fun. I ended up finishing 5th, so X Webster 3 really killed it. But yeah, no, drivers like Chandler Seda and ERS Ham Newton really run that F2 league. They're very quick in those cars, so.
Oh, looks like we had a spinner there, one of the Toro Rossos. I believe that was Saxman, as Caspita's not with us here tonight. But BRL Tier Jr., as I said it earlier, he really likes those medium compound tires here at Spa, and it looks like he is going to go forward with that, as he is making his first hot lap here on the Whitewall Hards. So you will see them only for this circumstance, though, or someone wants to put on the mediums after them. So don't expect him to actually want to start on these tires.
Danny, I'm quite surprised that our driver to watch is out of Warden is not here again today.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that he's missed 2 races in a row. I mean, he wasn't totally out of it. He's sitting on 65 points right now, running very well with that midfield scrap, even though he is a Frontier driver. So if he was really able to get a lot of those weekends put together adequately, he'd be much further up the grid here on the table. Anyway, across the line goes Aldifer, and as expected, slowest on those hard compound tires. Those are not meant to go very fast, so don't you worry, Aldifer Jr. fans.
There are a lot of them, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, back for BRL Sparky here. Looks like he is on his lap time now on those red wall softs. Oh, what was that? Looks like there was a McLaren coming right off the track in front. Oh, yeah, that was his teammate of Boss Cookie. I believe Boss Cookie was giving him a tow, and then he just dove off the racetrack after giving the tow there, and that made for a very odd re-entry.
I mean, I was watching those two give each other tows earlier. Boss Cookie just straight lined the whole second sector, beginning of the second sector, just straight lined it. So
Sparky's on for a very clean run right here, looks like. He hasn't missed his apexes and been maximizing the curbing on the outside of each corner, turning in at the last possible moment. This could be something good for him right here, John.
Yeah, he did solid last night in the F2 race. I think he came in 3rd in the feature race. Very good drive. He's been improving every week. You know, BRL Sparky, we always talk about him. I mean, last week in Hungary, that was very unfortunate what had happened to him. I mean, he was up in 4th, kind of in a league of his own, and then he's had some connection issues the last couple of weeks. It's really killed his points and his finishes, but very good driver. Seems like a clean lap. Opens the DRS, comes out of the final corner,
the line.
up to the line.
What's it going to be for Sparky? 8th place. Well done, 143.2. Not the best lap, but not the worst at all. And assuming that this is his worst racetrack, as he told me about 15 minutes ago, I'd be impressed with him for doing that time right there. So 8th place early. Still 8 minutes left in the session, so there's definitely time for improvement. He is probably going to be giving his teammate slipstream here, though, unless Boss Cookie did go in the pits. Yes, he did, so it looks like that was not in the plan right there.
Almost loses it through Puan. Very, very good save out of him. Danny,
we said it. That corner is very tough.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that between 4th and 10th, that is only a 5/10 gap to to all the drivers in this qualifying session. So everybody is really getting on quite well.
And John, something I should ask you here, is it really worth getting that pole position though? Because yes, you will be starting in first, but you're going to be given a massive train of slipstream down the Kemmel Straight on lap 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to Spa of 2018 in the real, and Chandler just puts in one hell of a lap.
42.4, 2/10 quicker, yeah, well done.
Very good lap. I think back to Spa in 2018, you know, that was my first race back because I hadn't watched F1 in years, and I finally turned it on to see what it was about again because I hadn't watched it in 3 years because Mercedes was dominating, and that race was fantastic. I saw Sebastian Vettel go up on Rouge and get him down that straight, and bam, you know. But yeah, no, definitely.
And here is Chandler giving a toe to Ham Newton down that straight as you're talking right there.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to be in third or second place at the starting line, and even into the first corner. I mean, that first corner is so dangerous. I mean, we saw it in 2012. You know, we've seen it in many other leagues. I'm pretty aware that the viewers are in other leagues. So that first corner can get messy sometimes if you have someone that decides to do something stupid. So these drivers aren't stupid at all. I'm not saying that, but anything can happen in that first corner. So being second or third on the grid is probably the best spot that you can be in.
Yeah. And as you say, 2018, Vettel did the same thing on Hamilton last year too, only for second place that time. So once again, that straightaway is really something you're going to want to watch here on lap 1. Pole position may be a bit vulnerable, but we'll see for sure here tonight. Here comes Ham Newton now. Lost the back end a little bit in Pouhon, but held on to it, and it looks like this is a good, solid lap for him. Hard on the brakes into the bus stop chicane. What's this going to be for his Williams around the final corner? He comes, loses the back end, but corrects it. Open is the DRS, and across the line, he goes up to second. 142.5 for ERS Ham Newton. Not enough to dethrone his teammate for now for the provisional pole, but still, what a good lap time for him.
Yeah, VSR Dralix. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Excuse me. I thought VSR Dralix was on a lap. B-Dunk.
Looks like he might be.
B-Dunk on a lap?
Nah,
no.
He's going a bit slow.
Yeah, no, he is going a bit slow. I don't think... Is there any... Oh, wait. There's a Haas. I think that Mean Fern is on a lap right now. No, he's not. He's backed out.
And
Come on, guys.
Ryan might be setting up for a lap right here. Looks like he's going rather hard now.
Yeah,
he's on the grass and slowing down. Not sure what's going on right there. Maybe setting up for his teammate Jared. But no, Jared is in the pit still, so I'm not too sure what Ryan's doing at the moment, not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's the end of the session almost, so all the drivers are waiting to come out and get their final laps in.
Yeah, this is an exception for what we normally see, where we normally see a lot of these drivers head out with the final 2 minutes left in the session. Different circumstances here at Spa due to the low downforce setup that you want to run here. It all matters due to that slipstream, and it's just impossible to get both cars out there in those last 2 minutes, giving each other slipstream. So you've really got to coordinate this with about 4 minutes left as we're seeing some movement in the pits right now.
Yeah, it looks like the two McLarens are now out, going to slipstream each other again, hopefully. I mean, they've been repaying each other both ways, so...
Here they are all coming out. Deer Hunter looks like he is going for another run right here. And yeah, I was going to say, he's definitely coming in the pits. He's on softs. I know that's not what he wants to start on, so expect Deer Hunter to come in. Oh, actually, maybe he did set the lap time on those. No, I don't think he did. Did he? I'm not sure. I have it set to best. Yeah, it looks like he actually did set a lap time on those softs. That's odd for Deer. Oh, never mind. I was looking at Alderfer. Never mind. Yeah, Alderfer was the one who wanted those mediums, but still, yeah, Deer Hunter, actually, that's a solid lap time for him to be in 10th right there. Deer Hunter, once again, had a great run last time out at Hungary. This is a very different racetrack, and looks like he's showing good pace here again, too.
Yeah, very good driver. I mean, we hadn't seen him in a very long time since he... I don't know where he was. I mean, he hadn't been in here for a while, so good to have him back. And yeah, last week he did fantastic.
And here comes Sparky now. Looks like he is on an out lap right there, sitting in 9th place. Once again, very solid positioning for him right there. Hoopalicious also on an out lap.
Danny, I'm
surprised B-Dunk isn't coming. Oh, B-Dunk will probably be coming out here soon to give Hoop the slipstream. But what were you trying to tell me there?
Danny, I'm quite surprised that these guys aren't doing the opposite strategy. I mean, I think I would start on the mediums and go long, try and go long at the beginning. I don't know if they're hoping for a safety car or if they feel confident enough to start on the softs. But I mean, if I were out there, I'd probably start in the mediums, do the contrast strategy to everyone, and see if I could shake something up. You know.
Yeah. Well, we see the McLarens now coordinating that slipstream once again down the Camel Straight. Boss Cookie getting a nice tow there from Sparky. Sparky's got to do a good job of getting out of the way before the braking zone. It looks like he will just go straight on, as we've seen a lot of them doing here tonight. Very strange to look at for sure. Here comes Boss Cookie. Oh, that was a lot of curbing on the right side. Let's hope that wasn't an invalidation for him. Very well could have been, though. This track, once again, is not very forgiving out of a lot of these corners when it comes to that invalidation. Here he is now coming up to Puan. This is the corner where it all matters right here. This can make or break your lap time for Boss Cookie. You got to stab the brakes, turn in, sixth gear. It goes a bit wide, but not wide enough to run off the track on the right side. Oh, it's car side by side in front of him of Alderfer and his teammate of Sparky. That was a bit distracting for Boss Cookie, but looks like he's pushing on either way. Good to see a good pace here out of Boss Cookie, by the way. Third place, only 1/10 off of Chandler and Ham for that measure. Here he is now coming on to the... Oh, wow, look at Sparky, by the way. He cut that corner and was able to stay ahead of Boss Cookie, and he's going to be able to give him a second dose of slipstream. How about that, John?
Yeah, this lap is like one of the best laps I've ever seen. I'm dead serious.
This is very good.
Boss Cookie was 3/10 up on his time. So if he does not...
This is going to be provisional pole then here. Coming out of the final corner, DRS Open. What do you got, Cookie? Across the line, and it is pole position. 142.3, 0.09 seconds ahead of Chandler Seda. That was executed beautifully by the McLarens. But I got to say, Boss Cookie does not look to be doing the same benefits here to his teammate. It looks like he slowed down a bit too much in turn number 1. They're almost bump drafting.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is...
he just gets out of the way. Oh, no, yeah, Sparky's not going to be very pleased with his teammate. I mean, Sparky couldn't have done that better for his team. Yeah.
That's
oh, man, that's really...
And they're all queuing up, Danny, in that final corner, trying to get a good run. And actually, whoever's in that Red Bull, maybe it's Deer Hunter. Yes, it is. Deer Hunter is going to get a fat slipstream from, I think that's New Zealand Ryan in 5th. Yes, it is.
Yeah. And as you say, it looks like Alan Hugo here is going to try and get a tow on the Renault up ahead. Not too sure. Oh, what happened right there?
A 142.3.
Oh, yes, he does. 0.02 seconds faster than Boss Cookie. John, have you ever?
I have never, Danny.
0.02 seconds between first and second. Will that stand, though? Excellent lap for Chandler. But is Ham also on a lap? I would imagine that he is, and Ham Newton has shown to be very strong here tonight. Oh, misses the apex there, no-name corner. That's going to cost him some time, but he does get a good run there for Puan. Oh, but he runs wide. That might invalidate it for him. We'll check back on that in a second. As for Dralux, here he is out of the final corner. He's going to end his session right here. Up to third place goes VSR Dralux. Very good lap time for him. Let's see about Alan Hugo here. He's coming through third sector right now as well. A lot of traffic right here in the back of the pack right here coming through Sector 3. Alan Hugo's got a Renault in front of him, and it looks like a Ferrari of Taylor Clan behind him as well. It is New Zealand Ryan also coming through Sector 3 behind the Ferrari. Ooh, loses the back end a bit, does Ryan, but here he is now coming on to that next to last straightaway. Before the bus stop chicane. Yeah, we should see a lot of times getting moved up and down here on the left side of the screen. We will see it here very shortly as a lot of these guys cross the line. Alan Hugo is about, oh no, he bails out of it. Looks like that lap time got invalidated for Alan Hugo. He comes
Jared
to the
goes
pits.
ninth.
Across the line goes Taylor Clan. He does not improve. New Zealand Ryan up to third, 1/10 off a pole right there. It's getting closer and closer between these front runners. Ham does have to back out of it. He does get the invalidation I expected. And yes, B-Dunk up place. I believe that's going to round it out right here.
Yeah, that is.
And Alderfer Jr., he ran those mediums as expected, but maybe wasn't the fastest idea.
Well, he's not the fastest of driver.
Oh, man. Well, oh, geez. Big contact there between B-Dunk. After the session ended, he has lost his left front wheel there on the rear end of, I believe it was Ryan. By the way, look at Jared there in 9th place. Good to see him starting a good starting spot. The last 2 weeks, like Hugo, he's been starting right down there in the back of the grid. It's good to see him back up there in the mix of it. Maybe not as far as liked, but still, he's up there nonetheless. And
yeah,
not
I mean,
really
that was
sure what's going on right here. The session's definitely over, but we're just watching these guys pace around.
Ham Newton is not in the pits yet.
Oh no, he's not. And these AI are, man, it looks like Stevie Wonder's driving all these race cars right now. They're all slamming into each other right there. A big contact once again. This is a bit fun to watch. Hey, this could be a precursor to turn 1, John.
Hey, I mean, I remember 2012 when Grosjean tried to go through there, you know, and I remember 2018 when the Hulkenberg just forgot to brake. Yeah, just forgot to brake and sent Alonso right over the top of Leclerc. But that was a very good qualifying session. A lot of close times.
Yes, it was. There you have it. Chandler Seta, your pole position holder right here for Spa. Very good lap time indeed. 142.317. Very marginally behind him, though, is Boss Cookie, 0.021 seconds off. 142.338, and rounding out that podium right there to start the race is New Zealand Ryan, and he's been as hot as anyone lately. Expect him to try and make a shot here out of turn 1, possibly get around Boss Cookie or even Chandler to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, the slipstream, like I said earlier, is very powerful at this track. So Boss Cookie and New Zealand Ryan are really in the catbird seat right now.
All right, well, this is our favorite part, John. Before the race starts, we get to pick our ones to watch and our picks to win this thing. So, John, who do you think you got for Spa?
Oh, man. I know I said it last week, and I really want it to happen. I want Boss Cookie to finally win that race. I want him to be respected in BRL. He is a meme every week. I mean, last week, the man finished 4th on track, but with penalties finished 6th, which was very sad. Very saddening to my heart. But I really think he's got to pull it out tonight here at Spa. A driver who I'm going to watch is... let's go with Mean Fern. Last week he put on a great show. He was chilling in 11th, and then he got around the gaggle of 5 cars there at Hungary.
Yeah, don't forget about that beautiful switchback he did in that race as well.
Oh, yeah. No, and he's starting down in the field a little bit, so I expect him to make his way because this is one of his favorite tracks.
All right, well, there's 2 guys I think you should look at here. Got to look at Jared there, starting in 9th once again. He's very quick indeed. He's going to be trying to get some moves done here on that midfield there, starting in 9th place. Someone we don't talk about much, once again, BRL Aldifer there, starting in 17th. This is a track that he's shown some promise on lately. Ran a practice test with him today around this racetrack, and he was no slouch whatsoever. So look for Aldifer to try and shake it up there from the back of the grid. And someone you also got to throw in there, too, is Allen. Even though, yes, he isn't starting in last as he has the last couple of weeks, 8th place is not necessarily the front of the grid, I would say. So expect those 2 guys there, 8th and 9th, to try and move their way further up the grid. It's my one to win here tonight. Ham Newton hasn't won a race yet this season, and he's always been so close so many times. And I mean, if he could just execute the first stint well here tonight, as I know he definitely has the capability of, he could maybe hold in there in the slipstream and get some moves done, possibly even win the thing. So take a look at Ham Newton and maybe upset this thing where Chandler might think he has it under locks.
Yeah, I mean, Ham Newton, very, very good driver. I've watched him for a while. This is a great track for him, so it would be quite exciting if he can win. But Boss Cookie, you know, he's got to win a race at some point.
Yeah. And although we are picking other drivers, you cannot take it away from Chandler. This is an excellent racetrack for him. I don't know how he manages to do it, but this guy just loves this place.
I mean, I don't know how he does it week in and week out. You know, he's quick everywhere. You know, whatever kind of wheel he's got, or whatever configuration.
Literally the same one you have, John.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's doing because I suck, so.
Yeah, well, here they are coming up to the chicane here before they're going to line up in their grid spots. John, is there anything you would like to tell our viewers back at home before we get this thing started? What should they watch out for here on lap 1?
A big wreck in a safety car is bound to happen here at Spa. And we all know that.
Absolutely.
We all know that. We saw Kimi and Verstappen. We've seen cars flying in turn 1. So here we go. Danny, call it out.
Yep. Very short run down to turn 1, so expect a lot of these cars to really come packed into each other. Alderfer Jr. has lined up, and we are ready to get this thing started momentarily. We now have 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. And it's time to bring the action from Belgium. It looks like a good start there for Chandler. Not going to be under any pressure from Boss Cookie, but Ryan got a phenomenal start down the inside. He's going to make a 3 wide into 1. Might not be a good idea, though, because he's not going to get a good rotation out of there. No, he doesn't. Boss Cookie is the leader coming out of turn number 1. Chandler will have the slipstream, though. Expect Chandler to get him back here down the Kemmel. Oh, Chandler loses the back end. Never mind. He is now under fire from New Zealand Ryan, and behind them, Dralik is under fire from Hoopalicious. A lot of side-by-side action going down the straightaway. Boss Cookie goes defensive down the middle of the racetrack, covers that off rather smartly. Around the outside goes New Zealand Ryan on Chandler Seda. Excellent move there for Ryan. Turns to the inside after that. Chandler has lost 2 spots from pole position, and it looks like Dralik might take away a 3rd for him. Looking down the inside, and there's contact. Dralik understeers into Chandler. Doesn't look like it put them off enough, though, and I do not believe Dralik's lost his front wing at all, but it looks like Chandler is all over the place right here. Maybe didn't warm up his tires the way he needed to. He's under fire from everybody. Dralik's right behind him, Hoopalicious right behind Dralik's, and it's just a train on back.
Oh, and Alan Hugo going on a move on B-Dunk. Around the outside he goes. Can't make it stick. He will have the inside for this corner. See if he can make it stick. Oh, gets a loose right there. He's going to on the outside. Oh, and they make contact, but B-Dunk stays ahead. Good driving out of those two. We got a yellow flag.
We got a yellow flag. It's sector 3. Oh,
Alderfer.
no, is it Alderfer?
No, it's Alderfer. He's out.
Oh,
no,
no.
He's okay. He's okay. I think he lost a
He
little
is
bit of his front
okay, he
wing.
is okay, but still not ideal at all for him, especially on a track where he knew that he could shake it up if he had that clean start that he wanted. But either way, coming through the final. Hoopalicious, yes. He and Dralik are going at it right here. Now, oh, yes. Hoopalicious runs right off the racetrack there and allows Dralik to get back past him. That was a bit odd there on the left. Looked like they were flipping positions left and right. But either way, Boss Cookie has led your first lap here at Spa. Maybe not the one you expected to be the leader here after lap 1 coming into qualifying, but hey, I'm here for change, John. I'm allowing it.
I mean, you know, you gotta allow. You know, change is the only constant in life. That's what I've learned. And ERS Cam Newton is getting a massive toe off of Hoopalicious. Can he make an overtake here? I'm not sure.
Does not look like he'll be close enough.
But
behind them, Hugo though looking on B-Dunk. Not close enough though to stick it up the inside.
No, I mean, those two were going at it, and they're still going at it. DRC Jared wants to pick up the scraps though, back in 9th. A big gainer at the beginning was definitely New Zealand Ryan. I mean, he got by Chandler Seda pretty quickly, and now he's moved on to Boss Cookie. I mean, Chandler Seda did lose 2 positions, so it's a shame for him, but he's still hanging with those guys about a 10th back. So.
Oh, super wide goes Jared right there. That's definitely going to be a warning, and that puts him under fire for Sparky right here. Sparky making a peek there on Jared. Not able to get it done, though. Hey, look at Sparky here mixing it up in 10th, looking for 9th right now. Once again, he didn't say this is a great racetrack for him, but he's making it look like it isn't.
I mean, these drivers are so good, Danny. I mean, I can't stress enough that there was no incident down into 1. This is clean. This is good.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Like racing, tight racing, and the Deer Hunter's all over the back of Met Stalo. Let's see if he can make a move down into this bus stop. Oh, and he moves over to the left.
Looks to the left is Deer Hunter because Mex goes defensive on the right side. Hard on the brakes goes Deer Hunter, but it looks like Mex was able to get the slower run in there due to the fact that he's on the softs. He's able to slow his car down a lot faster, and that allows Deer Hunter to fall back behind him. So good job by Stalo there to recognize his benefit right there of the tires.
Yeah, for sure, Danny. I mean, New Zealand Ryan is now all over the back of Boss Cookie, and he will have DRS down this back straightaway. Boss Cookie
did not have a good run right there. Missed the apex by a good car width going up Al Rouge and Radion. Here they are now down the Kemmel straight. Looks to the inside. Goes New Zealand Ryan side by side for the lead. And it looks like he will have him cleared before they even get to the braking zone. Very textbook. Good overtake by Ryan. And John, I don't know about you, but he might run away.
Yeah, no, I think he will. I mean, Boss
Oh, no, he hits the gravel. He runs off the racetrack, hits the gravel. Boss Cookie goes down the inside. He's going to look back for the lead here on Ryan, and he will take it.
And here comes Chandler.
Yes, here comes Chandler. Looks like he's got his tires up to the temperature that he
we have
wants
a yellow
now.
flag. Oh, it's too blisters.
Oh no, yes, Tuplicious has gone around. Not too sure what happened right there. He lost a whole ton of positions.
He lost
now
11.
Next to last.
He lost 11 positions.
spots.
Man. Oh, man. That's unfortunate.
God, gotta look back to the lead right here. Boss Cookie all under pressure here from Ryan. Ryan, that was a crucial mistake indeed. If he had held that lead, there was a good chance he could have run away.
Yeah.
As we know, Boss Cookie is not quite as quick as Chandler, and if he had held him up, that would have worked wonders for Ryan in this race.
Yeah.
Oh, but it looks like Boss Cookie runs a bit wide there, getting on to the next last straightaway. Looks like that will let Ryan get a run back on him side by side. Are they going to hold it through here? I don't know, around the outside. Oh, Ryan goes a bit wide. That could be an illegal overtake. I don't know if it will be, but Chandler's now going to poke to the inside.
Oh, he's going to send it on
Boss Cookie. Contact, and Chandler loses the back end, but holds it. That allows Boss Cookie, though, to get pushed in, giving him a poor exit now onto the front straightaway. But look at that. Ham Newton is allowing to close back into this thanks to all this battling.
Yeah, that's your guy, Ham Newton. I was just going to mention him, Danny. He's been just laying back, laying low, and yeah, he's now in this fight between first and fifth. But as they go up this terrifying hill, I'd like to call it.
Absolutely. Behind them, look at that. Chandler Seda is under pressure here from VSR Dralix, who they are going down the Camel Straight, weaving his Chandler Seda, but it looks like he will be able to do a good enough job of breaking that slipstream, not allowing the Mercedes to make a move.
Danny, Boss Cookie looks real quick through this sector 2. I mean, he is really on it through the beginning of sector 2. He catches New Zealand Ryan right up, but then New Zealand Ryan just drives away from sector 3. Very good out of him. But Dralix is all over the... Oh, and New Zealand Ryan
already.
Second time penalty already. Wow.
4, that is not when you want to have one of those. He's going to have to live with that burden the rest of the night right here, especially if no one else picks them up. We got to focus on that for sure as this race continues. These leaders are very tight, and picking up penalties is not what you want to do.
Actually, I want to mention B-Dunk is kind of staying in touch with this pack, so very good. Very
you
quick
got to give
drive.
him that credit.
Yeah, I will give him
We've
that
seen
credit.
it time and time again this season. B-Dunk has made some of the best overtakes I've ever seen in this game. If he could pull off one of those on one of these top-tier drivers here tonight, that would truly be something.
But Allen is breathing all over his gearbox and gaining.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Here they are approaching the bus stop chicane. Looks like Alan Hugo is going to fake, and yes, he does. He tucks back in there on the left behind B-Dunk to take the racing line into that final chicane. Not yet, B-Dunk. You are not getting overtaken just yet, but it could come here on the Camel Straight if Hugo stays close enough, because B-Dunk has lost the DRS on the drivers ahead.
Yeah, Boss Cookie, I was just about to say, he's holding Chandler and Dralix up from going out there.
Yeah, that is crucial for Ryan. It's now 1.1 seconds. That breaks the DRS between first and second.
Oh, and Boss
really
Cookie
crucial for him as
almost
Boss Cookie runs very wide. VSR Dralix is going to pounce here on Chandler. Chandler has already pounced on Boss Cookie. We might see three-wide action here. For a brief moment they were. Here they are going down the Camel Straight, and it looks like Chandler and Dralix will both get around Boss Cookie. That is not good for Ryan, because I think he wanted him to hold them up even more.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good for Boss Cookie either. You know, he was chilling up there and in first for a little bit, and now down in the fourth.
It's not over.
No, it's not. I mean, we got 22. We got how many more laps of this? Can I do some math? Let's do some math. We got 17. We got 17 more laps.
18.
No, you're wrong. It is 18.
You got to count the current lap. All right. Well, John, we never really considered him to be the brightest of fellows, but he is a great co-commentator nonetheless. But either way, we will continue here at the front. Chandler Seda's got to try and eat into the lead right here. 1.1 seconds back on Ryan. That could be the difference here, though, because Dralix is still within that DRS on Chandler.
Oh,
and if Chandler really gets held up, yes, yes, he does. Oh man,
Hugo is around him. Does Boss Cookie have any damage?
Oh, and Boss Cookie hits the curb there, and he is around. That is not what this man needed. Oh, and he spins onto the racetrack. That could have been a nightmarish crash if he really raced onto the racing line right there, sideways.
And Saxman's going on a move on Taylor Clant. Oh, no, he backs out, thinks better of it. But these guys, 10th through 14th, are really battling it out. DRS train going on there. But
either way, I was going to say, New Zealand Ryan having that 1.1 second gap Chandler is huge because Chandler does not have that sort of gap on Dralix. If Dralix could just keep throwing it up the inside and getting Chandler put under pressure, that's really going to help Ryan get away, and it's going to hold the two of them up.
Yeah, Danny, Alan Hugo is now making a move on B-Dunk, gets by him with ease with that DRS assistance.
Ah, yes. And we see Max Stalo shaking it up right there. He gets around someone. Oh, I think Taylor Klein or Deer Hunter, something happened to that. Yes, they're just all side by side. They're really getting held up by Mean Fern right here. Just like last week at Hungary, Mean Fern was really holding up a train. Looks like he's doing it again here tonight at Spa. Really holding up Andre Murray, Taylor Klein, and Deer Hunter. So they're going to want to get around him as soon as they can. Taylor Klein looking down the inside of Andre Murray. It's a no-name. Don't usually see a pass there, but he's not able to get it done. Behind them, Deer Hunter gets even closer. Possibly looking up the inside on Taylor Klein through Poulan. That would have been something else, but has to back out of it. And it looks like we have some action up there between Alan Hugo and Jared. Yes, they are being held up by B-Dunk. Very much so right here. So we could see some positions flipping between fifth and seventh right there.
Yeah, a lot of scraps here, I mean, this is a great place to see some great racing.
This is a great race, John.
It is, it really is. It's one of the best ones I've seen in a while. I mean, we got the top three separated by...
Oh, look at Jared. Oh, Jared almost tried. I'm sorry, Jared really got on the brakes late there. Really took a chance at B-Dunk, but thought better of it. But anyway.
Hugo goes into the pits.
Oh, yes, he does. Oh, that's an early pit stop. That's a very early pit stop.
Actually, he might be...
He doesn't have damage, I don't believe.
He's retired. Oh, there's a big wreck at the back of the field. Taylor Klein goes...
Oh, yes, what has happened?
What's going on? Saxman... I just looked in the corner of my eye.
What happened right there?
I don't see any. Taylor Klein and Deer Hunter were all going very, very slow out of that final corner. That's really weird that Alan Hugo would retire.
That is strange. I'm not sure what happened. I think he might have had no, that's not a disconnection. I would have said lost session. But either way, looks like Deer Hunter is under fire here from a lot of cars. Taylor Klein and the Ferrari and Saxman are going to slipstream down the Kendall Straight right here. To the inside goes Deer Hunter to defend, but it is not going to be enough to hold back Taylor Klein. But it is enough to hold back Saxman. This is good battling all over the racetrack.
Oh,
Still not too sure what happened to Hugo. Okay. Let's ignore that. Anyway.
No. So,
yeah.
Danny, there's a big problem here.
What is going on?
So those two try to go take their pit stops, and the game crashed. And they basically, the game said they had to DNF. Like there was a fat glitch. There's a glitch at this track that
really?
Yeah, that I've seen. So if you go in the pit lanes, it automatically it won't send you out, and you'll just be stuck, and you can't retire or do anything.
Oh no.
So this
is that going to happen to everyone though?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of worried about right now because
all right, so it has now become a game of who can stretch their softs. 22 laps. Here comes Ryan into the pits. Let's see what happens. Here he comes. He's in the pit lane. Please don't kick him out. Here he is coming in. I'm nervous here, John. Not going to lie. He's in his box. They're putting on the tire. No, it looks like he's still in there. Yeah, Drelix behind him doesn't get DQ'd. And there's, I'm not too sure what happened to the two of them. I'm not sure if that's exactly the glitch.
I mean,
or are they saying it in the chat?
I mean, I looked at Boss Cookie and he was completely stuck in the pit lane. So... Okay. I don't know why that happened, but I guess let's get back up to the fight.
I think Ryan came out of the pits at a really good spot right here. He's giving a massive. Oh, geez. Max Stalo has crashed at the top of Radion. He's out of the race. Actually, no, he's not. He's only lost his front wing, but either way, he wrecked right in front of
Ryan gets by Taylor Klein. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Ryan came out of the pits at a very good spot because that really gave him a good shot of slipstream. Oh, wow, as Taylor Klein loses the back end right there. Good save. Oh, but now he's out on the grass. Not too sure what happened right there, but either way, Ryan came out at a very good spot right there to be able to get that slipstream and DRS on Taylor Klein. Really gets him up to speed down the back straight.
Yeah, for sure, Danny. I mean, Chandler now is opening up this lead. He looks to be pushing this in lap. I think he'll pit this time and see where he comes out.
I don't think this is going to help him out, though, because Ryan, once again, had that massive tow there given by Taylor Klein out of the pits. Chandler's all alone right now, and don't forget that Dralix, I believe, was ahead of him before the pit stop sequence happened, and Dralix has gotten that undercut on him, so we'll see how far back Chandler is when he comes out of the pits this time around.
Yeah, should be interesting to see where he comes out. I mean, New Zealand Ryan, very good Very good.
Yep, into the pits
stop
comes
in.
Chandler.
Yep, here he comes.
ERS Ham Newton is going to have to stay out another lap then, though. That's not great for him.
They might double
Behind
stack.
them, B-Dub comes to the pit lane.
I was thinking that the Williamses were going to double stack because they're at the end of the pit lane like they rightfully deserve.
I think Ham Newton actually might be doing something a little bit smart here because, yes, although there is slipstream and DRS by being behind other... Oh, jeez! New Zealand Ryan just made contact with Andre Miri. I hope that didn't bring his wing.
Chandler almost gets him coming out of the pit lane. Oh, and he
that
fucks
was
right in front of Andre.
For sure, but Andre Miri really got in the way of Ryan. There was contact there. I really hope there isn't front wing damage for Ryan. That would really shuffle up this race right here, right at the front. But it looks like Andre Miri and Dralix are both going to take a shot here at Chandler. Down the back straight they go. Chandler's actually going to make a run on Ryan due to the DRS. He's not able to get there. Behind them, Dralix does get around Andre. That was very close quarters between them. This is really a good mix-up here of the front runners and the midfielders who still haven't pitted. Looks like we may have lost John.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm here. I've had some audio issues all night. I'm good now. I'm back. But Andre Murray is still out there. Ham Newton is also still out there in first position. The battle between second, third, and fourth is heating up, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, Ham Newton might be doing something interesting right here because these guys were really getting held up with each other. And while they were getting stuck up with each other, Ham Newton has all this clear air and he's able to just push like there's no tomorrow. So he might actually benefit from this if he does it right. If I was him, I'd pit right now.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, I think he should go another one maybe. Oh, and DRC Jared.
Looks like, yes, here he is coming in. Because I was going to say, Ryan is free now. Ryan and Chandler are both free of the traffic. So, yes, this is a perfect time for Ham Newton to pit. Let's just see where he gets spat out. Pit lane for him is all the way at the end there. So, he's going to be losing the most of the time right now. Ryan is coming down the main straight as we speak. I don't think this has worked out for Ham Newton at all. No, it has not.
It has not. I mean, he was 4 seconds behind them when they cycled through. I mean, he's going to come out in 6th, so not too bad. He's got DRC Jared to worry about right behind him, but Saxman looks like he's going long on those mediums, and so is Deer Hunter, who also started on the mediums.
Yep, and down the Camel Straight they come. VSR Dralix is going to take a look on Chandler Seda as Chandler closes in on Ryan. Goes defensive, does Chandler, and Dralix is not able to go to the inside of him. Very, very strategic positioning of their cars down that back straight right there. But this is a huge battle right now for the lead because this is effectively the battle for the championship.
Yeah.
These three are your top 3 in points.
Yeah, I mean, this is real exciting. So far, this is in the top 5 best races of the year. So,
already, we're not even halfway through.
I know, it's just that good. So let's see where this thing goes. I mean, these top 3 really know how to overtake. So let's see what they can do with this DRS.
Correction, Jared is technically in the top 3, not Chandler at the moment. But live points wise, these 3 are your top 3.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, here they are coming now onto this straightaway. Looks like Ryan gets a good shot out of there, but is it enough? He immediately darts to the inside there very awkwardly, just trying to break that slipstream. It's all a game of breaking that slipstream here tonight. And Ryan really got hurt by that overcut that Chandler was able to pull off. He did a masterful job of running that extra lap on those softs as he pokes to the inside, does Chandler. And now Dralix goes to the outside. I think he lost his braking point right there to Dralix. He's going to lose a ton of time. That might even cost him DRS.
Yeah, I think it actually has. But Danny,
yeah, 1.1. Oh, no.
That's a shame. But Danny, New Zealand Ryan is running out of ERS, and he's going to have to use all of it.
Oh, Chandler loses the back end, though. That might help him.
But Chandler has all that ERS to save. He's got 60%. So, very good run for Chandler.
What happens here.
Oh, he's going to get him.
Chandler is going to get him right here for sure. Ryan's just going to defend to the inside, but it is not going to be enough. Going to the left side does Chandler. He will have him cleared before they even get to the braking zone around the outside. That was very easy.
Yeah, poor Dralix. I mean, that final corner really killed him.
Yeah, if he didn't do that, he very well could be the leader right now because he would have been slipstreaming up on Chandler. And Chandler, as he got around Ryan, that could have been double slipstream as well for Dralix.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Chandler looks like he's driving away from New Zealand Ryan now. Looks very comfortable out in that lead.
We'll see. It's just he's got to do a good job of holding his ERS.
All over the back of Deer Hunter, Danny.
Yeah, Deer Hunter is still out there on his mediums. He has not pitted yet. I believe those are the tires he started on.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor Clan has left the session. Looks like he's disconnected now. That's not good for him. He's the sole Ferrari here tonight. He's been really pulling the load here these last couple of weeks due to Warden's absence. That's not good for that team. But either way, got to look back at Deer Hunter. As you said, Ham Newton is all over him. Behind them is Jared as well. Jared might get around the two of them if he plays this correctly. Deer Hunter gets a poor run there on his old tires. Ham is going to have him pass there. But it looks like Deer Hunter might fight back. Yes, he does. Look at the left side. Tucks back in the slipstream, though. But here comes Jared now behind them. Very good camera angle here, Codemasters. You barely give it to me, but you did this time. Round the outside, Jared goes. Very good braking move right there to get past the Red Bull. Very clean indeed. And behind them, Saxman's now going to put the pressure on Deer Hunter.
Yeah, Saxman. I mean, Saxman's still out there on those mediums. So Deer Hunter and Saxman are going long and seeing what they can do at the end of the race. And another 3 seconds.
Another 3 second time penalty. Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm looking at Ryan right here. All that he needs to do to stay with Chandler is that DRS. That's the pity of these low downforce racetracks with all these straightaways. It really doesn't matter how good you are. You can't really get away due to that DRS.
I mean, this opens the door for Ham. This opens the door for Jared. Someone like B-Dunk, you know, they could get on that podium because New Zealand Ryan, 6 seconds is a lot of time here.
Well, looking at New Zealand Ryan right here, once again, he closed in a good 3/10 down the Kemmel Straight. He's now only 6/10 behind Chandler, so he's just got to do a good job at running that ERS and low through these middle sectors, saving it up and trying to charge it up down the straightaways, or boost it up, I should say. He's got to deploy that down the straights if he wants to catch. And as you said, Ryan ran out of battery while he was leading. Who's to say that won't happen to Chandler? If it very well could.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to be on it. And on that, and using all that battery potential when you are the leader, because those guys, like you said earlier, this track is a DRS train type track, low downforce track. So you gotta use all of it up to keep the people behind you. So.
Yeah, and we don't usually advertise the next week of BRL this early in the session, but I will say it, if you're enjoying tonight, come back next week. We're going to be at Monza, which is even more of a slipstream fest than this already is, so that'll be a fun one too.
Yeah, and I also want to promote the BRL merch.
Oh, of course.
It's very quality stuff. We got hoodies, we got a mouse pad. We got an iPhone case. I mean, everyone needs an iPhone case, you know. A couple T-shirts, very good.
Yeah, even the Samsung users, yeah.
Hey, watch it. But yeah, shout out merch, BRL.
All right, well, looking back through the grid right here, looks like this has actually been an odd moment here tonight where not too many people are that close to each other. The closest battle we have, actually looks like Andre Miri is going to take a look here on Mean Fern. Yes, he does. Gets around him at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Good move by him. We were going to look at ERS Ham Newton here. He's only 4/10 behind Jared. Deer Hunter's still not falling too far back. I believe Deer Hunter is still on those tires he started on. It'll be fun to watch what Deer Hunter can do when he puts on those softs, because there's a huge difference in pace between those red walls and yellows.
Danny, I have to get Taylor Clan in here. He's asking for an invite to the game. Yes. Oh, I can't invite him. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. It's very strange we're not able to send invites. It's kind of weird. But it is really detrimental to these guys who have lost connection. So if Codemaster, if there's anything you'd like to, improve in the next game, make it so that spectators can invite people during the race, please, because it would just really help out.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, this is ruining Taylor Clan's race. Also, the Breakout Racing League merch is on www.designbyhumans.com/shop/Breakout Racing League. So if you want to go get yourself some gear, go right ahead.
Yeah, well, Saxman in the pits right here. I believe, yes, he started on those mediums. He's going to punt on the softs right now, but got to look back at Ham Newton here. Really pressurizing Jared going up Al Rouge and Radion here there at the top of the hill. Open is the DRS for the Williams, and he will clear Jared easily there in the slipstream and DRS way before they get to the braking zone of Lake Hom.
Yeah, very good overtake out of ERS Ham Newton. Just moved over to that left and sailed right by. Oh, and he gets in the grass a little bit, so this might open the door for Jared again through Sector 2 and into Sector 3 maybe. But Chandler is
Fern and Andre
maintaining.
Miri may be going at it back here. Yes, Mean Fern just got around Andre Miri. It looks like Andre actually could have taken a look back at him because I'm pretty sure Mean Fern got around him last lap. Behind them, Hoopalicious is going to be putting the pressure on to fight for the last point position right now. Battle for 9th place, actually. So it's a battle for 1 and 2 points right there. So we'll watch those 3 as things continue for sure. As for Chandler, though, he has checked out on Ryan.
Yes, he has. I mean, he's been gaining. Extending that gap out every lap. So I'm actually paying attention to Dralix right now. Dralix is catching New Zealand Ryan.
Yes, he is. I mean, that's good for Dralix because I think Dralix has played this kind of smart right here. Ever since he outbroke himself into that chicane, he's kind of just been chilling back there, you know, saving those tires, going easy. And if he runs that way, the rest of the distance here, Chandler and Ryan will come back to him if they really push their tires to the limit the early stages of that second stint.
Yeah, definitely.
That's your Deer Hunter in the pit lane, finally. Here he is, putting on those red wall softs, is Deer Hunter. He's going to be pushing hard here. Let's see where he comes out in respect to 9th, 10th, and 11th right here. They will all shuffle past him on track. Deer Hunter will have the shortcut here, though, out of turn 1. Those 3 are gone, though, so he's just going to have fun reeling them in, if you ask me.
He does stay ahead of Saxman, though, which and Saxman was on the strategy with him. So, I mean, Deer Hunter could get a couple points here, so it'd be pretty good out of him. Oh, and Hoopalicious is going on.
Yep, here comes Hoopalicious taking a look on Mean Fern right there. Looks like he will have him passed. I said it a lap ago. Hoopalicious was going to be pressurizing these 2, and he's gotten around both of them already. So good stuff from Hoopalicious to get around them very quickly indeed, as it now becomes a battle for the last 2 spots on the points, especially with Deer Hunter there lurking in the background on his soft compound tires.
Yeah, he's going to close right up to them through all these corners. But right now, Jared is sticking with ERS Ham Newton, so let's see where this battle goes. Nice and smooth through there out of the both of them. Going down the straightaway, BRL Jared is also, and Saxman gets a 3-second time penalty. That's a shame, but he's using up his all of his ERS. He switches into 0 now, but this is a very ERS heavy track. I mean, ERS helps you throughout the lap, especially down that straightaway with the DRS activated. So he is almost out, so Ham might stay.
Oh, yellow flags. Not too sure what just happened. Is that something? Oh, we got to look.
It looks like Oliver Jr., actually.
Yeah, this has just not been the night for him.
No, it hasn't.
It could have been a lot better for sure, but either way, got to look back at Jared right here. Only 5 tenths behind Ham Newton going up Al Rouge and Radion. He's going to have
run
that
out of
DRS.
there.
Is he close enough, though, to get the move done? DRS is open for his Renault. Camera switches to rear wing for some reason, but we are now on board. Here he is closing way in on Ham Newton, but just not close enough once again get alongside right there into Lake Hom. But these 2, I think if they can work together here, they can maybe catch up.
Danny,
yes.
No, Dralix is all over the back of New Zealand Ryan now. He's very close to him. Gained, almost had a look on him a couple corners ago up the inside. Ryan went pretty wide, but Chandler is still checking out. I mean, he's extended that gap to almost 3 seconds now. So
yes,
I don't think anyone can stop Chandler.
He has. I don't think it's really that Chandler's been pulling away. I think it's Ryan's been falling behind because the gap to Dralix has stayed constant in these last few laps between he and Chandler. So you never know. If he can get around Ryan right here, he's got a good 8 laps to go here when they hit the line. You never know. He can make a show. What am I talking about? It'll be 7 to go when they hit the lines. So it'll be fun to see what Dralix could do if he does get around Ryan here very shortly. Here they are coming up to the bus stop chicane. Might make a look right here. Nah, stays in the back of him right there, though. Not too advantageous there by Dralix. We saw him earlier make a mistake in that corner. Just trying to not do that again. DRS down the main straight will get him a lot closer now into turn 1, and that should set him up with an overtake down the Kemmel, if you ask me.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, he's got a lot of ERS saved up. He's in hot lap right now, switches it down to high as they go up Radion. clean
Yep,
through
here
there.
they are. Now onto the Camel Straight. He will have the DRS, does Dralix. Opens it up, and he will tuck in the slipstream now of New Zealand Ryan. This might be where it falls apart for Ryan in his battle for second place, but no, Dralix is not able to get there. Very close, though, but Dralix is going to be banging his out on his wheel right now that he isn't around him.
No, actually, it looked like Dralix saved the ERS and switched it into 0 so he wouldn't have that big run. I think he's just trying to stick behind him. I think he knows that he doesn't.
Because Ryan really is losing time.
He is. I'm not sure if anyone can catch Chandler now. I mean, Dralix might be taking in the fact that he can't catch him. So, and actually, it looks like DRC Jared actually gets around ERS Ham Newton for 4th on that Camel
good
Straight.
you notice that. As we also see your Deer Hunter right now, by the way, he is coming on those new softs. He's all over Andre Miri. I believe they flip-flop positions there for a brief moment. Here they are now coming up to Puan right here. Expect Deer Hunter to get a huge run as we ride on board through this corner. Very high speed. Really prioritizes grip as yes to see Andre Miri losing the back end a little bit there on his older mediums. Deer Hunter's really going to be pushing hard these last few laps to catch up to the drivers ahead of Andre Miri, of Mean Fern and Hoop, who are really not that far ahead.
Yeah, I just feel bad for 6th and 7th, Beedunk and Sparky. I mean, they're doing very well, but they are around nobody. It has to be very boring for those two. I mean, there's a 3-second gap from Beedunk to Sparky, and there's a 6-second gap from...
Here comes Deer Hunter, by the way. Sorry to cut into you. He has passed on Jay Miri, but yes, as you said it, yeah, the two of them, once again, good on paper, but they're just way behind everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost 4 packs. We got Chandler alone, then we got Ryan and Dralix, and then ERS Ham Newton and...
Oh, it actually looks like Dralix has just gotten around New Zealand, Ryan, as we're looking at the battle in the midfield. Good stuff from Dralix off screen to get it done, so well done by him. He is now up into second place. It is 3 seconds now, the gap between he and Chandler. Do you think there's any chance that he could get this done? I like being hopeful, but that might be a bit too hopeful.
I like also being hopeful. I wish he can go up there and get him, but I don't know. It may be too late. And he almost loses it.
Oh
right
yeah, he
there.
ran very wide.
Woo.
Tried to get all that curbing there on the right to maximize the turn in for Puam. That could have cost him.
Very much so, Danny. Very much so.
Yeah, we're coming through sector 2.
And Ham Newton is still all over for Jared.
Yes, you said it. Ham Newton is right there. These two, wait, was it Jared and Warden at Hockenheim?
Yes,
or was it these two as well? I believe it
Oh,
was, but
Stalo.
either way, Jared gets in these great battles in the last few laps. So no matter who it is, it's fun to watch.
Oh, and
Oliver's out of the race.
Will that bring out
Will
a
that
safety car?
spark a safety car? As Saxman is also off the track, looks like there might have been a collision between Saxman and Alderford Jr.
Yes, there
Not
was.
too sure what happened, but the two of the Saxman is off the track, and that does not trigger a safety car. Not too sure who predicted it. One of these drivers predicted 5 safety cars here tonight, but that is far from accurate, as we haven't even had one, even after a crash.
Oh man, it looks like Oliver Jr. retired right in on Rouge, going up on Rouge. So that's terrible. He had a bad night. I feel so bad for him. He's coming in here wanting more screen time, and didn't have the race that he wanted. But New Zealand Ryan is sticking with Dralix.
Yeah, he's getting screen time. It's just not good publicity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, New Zealand Ryan is still yeah, that's like Donald Trump.
Whoa.
New Zealand Ryan is all over the back of Dralix still.
Yes, he is. I was just about to say, we were looking at it right there out of the rear wing of Dralix. Ryan, maybe a smart move here to get past. Oh, it's actually behind him. Looks like Jared has just gotten around Ham Newton. That was an odd place he got the move done. Looks like he got it done in the corner before No Name. Good job by Jared to move himself into 4th right there. As Ham goes very wide into
Jared
but Jared loses the back end. Oh, as he
Again.
hits the curve again and loses the back end once again. This is going to set up for Ham Newton to make a move as they enter sector 3 right here, John.
Yeah. Pardon me for my Donald Trump comment. Big fan. But the race continues. The race continues. ERS Ham Newton is still all over the back of Jared, saving up some ERS right now. And Andre Miri with a 3-second time penalty. That's a shame. That really is a shame. But the field is starting to spread out a little bit through 5th through 8th. But
Yes,
Deer Hunter,
it is. The first half of this thing was excellent, but it has calmed down quite a bit. But I was going to say, I believe Ryan was actually making the smart move here of letting Dralix pass him, because Ryan was definitely the slower of the two, and due to the fact that he now has a slipstream and DRS on the Mercedes of Dralix, he's able to get pulled along with him.
Yeah, I'm watching this battle for 4th and 5th still. I mean, Ham actually made a run at it and then backed out through the bus stop. So,
yeah, and as you look at that, actually Ryan got a really good run out of turn 1, and this is going to set him up for a move down the Kemmel Straight side by side for second. Looking back around Dralix, and yes, he does have it up to second place.
And Ham Newton
New Zealand Ryan, these two might
DRS.
flip-flop positions even more with 2 to go.
And Ham Newton,
when they hit the line.
Oh, and Ham Newton goes around the outside of Jared, and they.
But Jared's going to hold it. Oh, loses the back end, but he holds on to it again. And he's in better position now. Wow, this is a great battle.
Oh, that was very clean, very nice battle out of those two. But Jared does get the better hand again. And Ham Newton tried the switchback, ran a little bit wide, and almost lost it. So good thing that he saved it. And those two battle on with 2 to go.
Yeah, and as you say, we're about to hit 2 laps to go before this thing rounds out. Got to give a big thank you real quick to the turnout here tonight. This has been the best turnout all season for BRL Split 1, so thank you for tuning in here tonight. This has been a good one. Glad you've been enjoying the show, and glad you've been watching it nonetheless in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, every week, BRL Split 1, very great race, best drivers in America, you know. Some are in Australia, some are in England or wherever, you know. It's an international sport, you know, especially BRL. We're an international league. Again, hit that merch. I mentioned it earlier in the stream, BRL merch. Shout out BRL merch. I love it. I really do. It's some clean clothing, you know.
Yep, and as we hit the line, it is officially now 2 laps to go here from Belgium. New Zealand Ryan has had a very strong lap indeed. He's 6/10 ahead of Dralix. I do not believe he'll be able to take a shot at him down the Kemmel Straight this time. He gets a wonderful run up Al Rouge. I think Ryan might have run out of battery. DRS open for Dralix. I'm an idiot. He's going to look down the inside, but no, he backs back out of it and holds position. That was a bit strange. I definitely think he could have had it, but actually, now that I think about it, next lap is the last lap. If he gets the move done next lap, that gives Ryan no chance to get back around.
Yeah, some really good strategy. And ERS Ham Newton is by BRL Jared. BRL Jared gets a massive run, though.
Oh, yes, he looks to the outside, but has to back out of it, switches back to the inside. Good driving there by the Renault, and he is back around. Williams of Ham Newton, incredible.
Wow. I mean, these drivers have really been battling the last 5 laps. Very good racing, but hey, the next lap, like you said, final lap, and there is some strategy going on here, you know, with that long DRS straight. If you stay behind that guy this lap and get the DRS on the final lap and throw the kitchen sink at it, you might just have yourself another spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Where here they are now coming through these corners for the next to last time. Penultimate lap here as Chandler will take the white flag this time around for round 13 at Belgium. Here they are coming into the bus stop chicane, are Ryan and Dralix. Will Dralix be able to get the move done? White flag is in the air here at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. John, who do you think's going to finish second, man? Early prediction here.
I think it's going to be Dralix because New Zealand Ryan has those time penalties, and I think Ham Newton will get third.
Yeah, well, here they go. Up Al Rouge and Radion for the final time. New Zealand Ryan is presently in second. Looks like he did have a good run through there, but Dralix did get a better run. 3/10 now between the two. 2/10, 1/10, 0. As Dralix is going to look to the inside, fakes to the inside, looks to the outside, and will pass New Zealand Ryan going into Lake Comp. Good smart driving by the two of them to not make contact.
And Ham is gaining on Jared. I don't think it will be enough, though, because he is all out of ERS, so Jared retains. And Ham almost loses the back of it.
Yeah,
Jared
that was a big save there by Ham. I saw the tail end of that. He was full send there sideways out of Lake Com for sure, but he holds on to it. Looks like it will be 5th place, though, for Ham Newton. Got to give him credit. He had a good race here tonight. And as I say that, it doesn't matter. He's 4 seconds up on B-Doc. He'll be fine. But here
Yeah.
they are now, coming through sector 2, I should say, for the last time. Are
Will
Ryan and Dralix.
Will
Ryan is
having
5/10 here behind Dralix. Ryan's going to switch it up to overtake for sure, coming down this straightaway for the final time. I don't know if he's going to get close enough to make a move here, though.
I'm not sure, but what a masterclass on the Chandler Seda. As soon as he took the lead, as soon as he took the lead, he's just driven away from those guys. So around the final corner, Chandler Seda.
2 weeks of dominance for New Zealand Ryan ended here by a dominating performance for Chandler Seda. Checkered flag is in the air. Chandler takes it out here in Belgium. VSR Draws will finish second, as you predicted, and that move did prove to be very smart indeed. The hold for it with 2 to go.
Oh,
DRC, or BRL Jared, I should say, comes across the line in 4th. Ham Newton in 5th.
B-Dunk
up to 5th.
Wow.
So I believe Ham actually had 2 penalties. I think that one on the last lap really did bite him.
Yeah, I think it did. That was your pick to win the race as well. So
yeah, it just did not pan out the way it could have. He's going to finish right where he started in 6th place. BRL Sparky, by the way, 7th on a track that he claims is his worst. Very solid overall race for him. Hoopalicious, big comeback drive indeed after the spin early in the first stint to finish in 8th place right there and pick up 4 points. Mean Fern in 9th. The Deer Hunter on those softs was able to catch up to those guys and take over that 10th position and get that last point. That was a good race there, man.
Yeah, it was. It was one of the best I've ever seen in BRL. Some great battles between 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 4th and 5th. It didn't all finish like that though, but very exciting.
Saxman's going to cross the line here, and he'll be the last one across the line, finishing at 13th. That's going to round it out here from Belgium. We will see the podium celebrations and interviews here very shortly, but John, why don't you take us through the finishing order once it all loads up? Why don't you?
I will. Hey, it's my favorite thing to do every week, you know.
Of course.
Of course. Well,
you see them. There you have it. Chandler Seda is your winner here at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Good job to get a win here tonight. He needed it after the last 2 sloppy weekends, indeed. 2nd place, VSR Dralix. And that is important for Dralix, by the way, to beat New Zealand Ryan. That will close in 7 points on that championship lead from 2nd. So good race for Dralix indeed.
If only that was Robert Kubica. But poor Williams. I feel so bad.
Robert Kubica.
Yeah. But very great race. Chandler Seda, congratulations to him and the Williams. Starting first. Dominant masterclass today. So he finishes first. VSR Dralix in 2nd. Good race out of him. Good to see him back up onto the podium. I think he was on the podium last week. But New Zealand Ryan, not the result that he probably wanted today, but another 3rd place finish. Very good. Jared, who started 9th, very good drive up to 4th. B-Dunk, great drive alone for most of the race. And then ERS Ham Newton, Sparky, who hates this track, like you said, Hooplicious and Mean Fern and Deer Hunter round out your top 10. So very exciting. Danny, who's your driver of the day?
Driver of the day is, I think it's tough not to give it to Chandler. We know just how hard it is to break that DRS and slipstream. He was able to not only do that, but also drive away from the competitors. So got to give it to him, I think. You don't usually see the guy who leads the whole thing take out driver of the day, but I mean, it's hard to not give it to him.
Yeah, I was going to say the same exact thing. Just a masterclass out of Chandler.
Well, it is now time to invite these guys into the party for the post-race interview. John, if you could send an invite to Dralix and Ryan for me.
For
I
sure.
just got Chandler. See if he joins. Maybe it'll be the second time's a charm right here. Very quick race, by the way. I don't think we've ever finished this thing this early. I mean, normally we're wrapping this thing up at 11:30. It's 11:13, and we're not even done. I mean, we're about to be done. I mean, yep, here he is. Chandler has joined the party. He's connecting, and yes, he is in the party now. So, Chandler, if you could just check that box for me, we can get this thing going.
Yep.
All right, well, we have him right here. Chandler, it's been a rough couple weeks here, especially last time out with that pit lane glitch following by a crash that took you out of the Hungarian Grand Prix. How's it feel to be back on top of the podium here at one of your favorite racetracks in Spa?
I mean, it's good, just not helping me a whole lot in this championship. I think it's too far reached, but another win is always good.
Absolutely. Well, we know just how tough it is to break the DRS and slipstream at these racetracks. Here and it's very low downforce, a lot of slipstream, keeping the drivers able to get ahead of those two as far as you did.
Well, I just kind of wanted to sit in Ryan's DRS for a couple laps to regen my ERS, because when he went in, I can't go in, otherwise I'll get held because of how the pits work. So I used a ton of ERS on my in lap, and so I just wanted to sit behind for a few laps, save ERS, and then when I passed him, I just wanted to try and pull that gap as quickly as possible. So I just put the ERS up to the max, and after a few laps, I got Ryan out of DRS. But considering he does no practice for any of these races, I don't think it's saying much.
All right, well, if that race wasn't crazy, the next week we got Monza, a track very similar to Spa. In fact, even more beneficial when it comes to slipstream and DRS. What can we expect next time out of your pace and overall from the competition next time out at Monza?
Well, Monza is usually a good track for me, and quali at least, but race pace, there's just nothing. So with DRS, I think I can keep up, but I think I can set a good quali lap, but after that, there's nothing special for me.
All right, well, that is your winner here tonight, Chandler Seda. Congratulations on getting back to the top of the podium. Hope to see you do well again in your chances of fighting for that championship next time out at Monza, man.
Yep.
Yep, you have a good one. So second place tonight was VSR Dralux, another podium here. He got one a week ago at Hungary, and he got another one here tonight. How's it feel to just be able to run consistently here in the top split of VRL?
It's pretty fun. I'd rather win, but you can't complain with constantly
we
getting
all?
P2s or podiums. Like, you can't really complain.
Yeah, well, this race was very good for you, although it is a good 53-point gap between you and Ryan, the points leader. You did make inroads on him here tonight, closing in a good few points. So how does it feel to beat out your competition?
It feels good, but Ryan had penalties, so I think he would have fought harder if he didn't have any penalties on that last lap, which I didn't know about because Jeff is amazing. But I mean, it's always good to make progress, I guess. If I can stay consistent, you never know what can happen.
All right, well, before we talk about next time out, take us through that next to last lap where you had as good a chance as any other to make a run on Ryan and get him past on the Kemmel Straight. Was that strategic that you stayed behind him?
Yes. Like I said, I didn't know he had penalties because Jeff was just useless. So it was kind of I was kind of trying to play a mind game with Ryan to see who could get the DRS on the last lap, and I kind of let him by with 2 laps to go, and then on the second last lap, I could have won for it, but I wanted it on the last lap to make sure, which I did, but then he had penalties, so it was pretty useless.
Yeah. Well, now it is time to talk about next time out at Monza in Italy. What can we expect out of your pace, and can we maybe even see that first victory?
Yeah, I've already had my first victory at Silverstone.
Oh, yes, it was given back. Yes, my
Yeah.
mistake. That Silverstone one, if I'm correct.
I'll probably get another P2 to be honest.
Yeah, I got you. Well, either way, congratulations on another podium here tonight. Good to see you running well now that you're back full-time once again after missing a couple races. Got to give you credit for running second in the points, by the way, after missing the amount of races that you did. So congrats, man.
Thank you.
All right, and lastly, we will now be talking to New Zealand Ryan, who finished third here tonight. Maybe not exactly where you wanted to finish, seeing as you led a good portion of this race here tonight. Where did it get away from you?
Well, as Chandler alluded to, I didn't really do any race practice, so bolted on the setup and just went, yep, that'll do. And as it turns out, the understeer was pretty fantastic, and that's probably why I got penalties. And yeah, it's alright.
Yeah,
P3 could be worse.
Yeah, I was going to say, early in the first stint, when you got around Boss Cookie initially, you did run wide into the gravel. Do you think that could have been the difference?
Uh, considering Chandler was just gone, I doubt it. Probably would just delay the inevitable.
I got you. Well, you talk about that understeer. Is that what potentially caused the amount of warnings that you were able to take here tonight?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Like the pace I had was still faster than what I've ever done around
Yeah,
there.
I was
So
going to say, you were fast.
I don't know. Sure, it'll be
Alright.
right.
Yeah, no, I got you. Well, as we keep saying, next time out is Monza. It's going to be a crazy one. What's the game plan going into next week? Is it kind of like this race where you just want to tuck in the slipstream, or are you going to try and go for it?
First off, I'd probably put some more effort in. Because
Yeah,
this league's too competitive
absolutely.
to not do that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know, that track's
All
better for
right.
me than here, so it should be alright.
All right, very good stuff. Good to see you on the podium again here tonight. It's been a stellar season so far for you, another podium. Glad to see it, and hope to see you do well again next time out, man.
Cheers.
All right, you have a good one. So that is about it for our coverage here tonight. And John, is there anything that you'd like to send us out with here before we close this thing out?
Danny, I hate to say it, but that was the most enthusiastic interview that I've ever heard out of New Zealand. Ryan, he's usually like Kimi Räikkönen, but yeah, no, a great race. I'm looking forward to Monza. You know, it's another over very good quality track where you can see a lot of great racing, a lot of overtakes throughout um, the whole race. So I'm excited for that. Danny, any final thoughts out of you?
I don't think there's much anything different other than, as we've been preaching the last few weeks, as everyone else has, is make sure you're staying inside and doing all that you need to do for us to get through this pandemic. Once again, thankfully, we're able to run these leagues to keep everyone, entertained during it. But once again, it would be nice to get back to normality. So, once again, we keep saying it. We'll say it again. Roman Grosjean, 2 minutes. Wash your hands.
Yeah,
And
Lewis
he's got a
Hamilton.
walkthrough on Instagram.
Also, Lewis Hamilton does as well. It's a terrible time what people are going through, and there's a lot of death. But hopefully
Yeah.
that light at the end of the tunnel will be coming shortly. So,
Yep, you got it.
yeah,
Well, that's going to do it here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Round 13, Belgian Grand Prix, Tier 1 of the Breakout Racing League. We hope to see you next time out at Italy. Should be another good one for sure. I'm Daniel Stevens alongside Jonathan Webster. You have a good week and take care.
stay safe, guys.